Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, Kinston Police are asking for your help on identifying a break-in suspect. Police say the person you see in the photo is related to a break-in that happened yesterday at around 10:45 a.m. at a building in the 800 block of Tower Hill Road. Anyone who may have information related to the case is asked to call Kinston Police at 252-939-4020, or you can reach out to the Kinston Crime Stopper line at 252-523-4444. And for those of you who may be doing any driving today on the Outer Banks, particularly around the north end, I should really say, of Ocracoke Island, should know that ocean overwash has closed portions of Highway 12. It remains closed again at the north end of Ocracoke Island after it was shut down yesterday due to high winds and overwash. Now, the road is still shut down between Ferry Terminal and the National Park Service Pony Pens. The ferry between Ocracoke and Hatteras Island is also suspended at this time. The NCDOT says there is also major overwash on secondary roads in Rodanthe. Officials with the DOT say Highway 12 is still open and passable elsewhere, but there is blown sand on the roadway in several places. Standing water was also seen this morning on the road in Buxton and Hatteras. Crews will be working today to clear the road and fortify dunes, but officials do expect more ocean overwash with high tide coming up this afternoon at around 3:30. Officials say there is no reports of roadway damage. Now, the DOT says if you must travel on Highway 12 today, drive with extreme caution. And again, we do want to turn to the houses collapsing along the Outer Banks. NBC's Jesse Kirsch has more.
This dramatic video from North Carolina's Outer Banks. Beachfront homes reduced to rubble. Churning surf from Hurricanes Imelda and Umberto causing at least 5 houses to collapse on this barrier island. Fortunately, all of them were unoccupied at the time. Although the twin storms won't make U.S. landfall, they continue wreaking havoc in the Atlantic Ocean, producing dangerous waves and rip currents along the East Coast. Communities from Florida to the Carolinas had been preparing for the worst.
The storm way off the coast can still bring those rip currents and those strong tides and really affect our beach system and our dune system.
As the hurricanes track toward Bermuda, officials are warning that more beachfront structures are in danger of collapse. The 5 homes lost Tuesday are just the latest to disappear along the North Carolina shore. 17 homes have crumbled into the ocean since 2020. This morning, officials cleaning up debris and urging caution as even more dangerous swells are expected in the days ahead.
And again, that was Jesse Kirsch reporting. We will have a live report from the Outer Banks coming up at noon with our very own Stephen Glover with more on that issue of, again, houses collapsing into the Atlantic due to Imelda's waves and winds. Speaking of weather, let's talk about it. Heading straight back to the coast, here's a look through our Moorhead City Cam overlooking Sanitary Restaurant. North-northeasterly wind sustained right now at 20 miles an hour. Air temperature 72 degrees. Does look like we got a little bit of sunshine trying to peek through the clouds. Probably not going to be with us all day long. There are some rain showers we also are covering. We've got a few raindrops right now across parts of Jones, Carteret, Southern Craven, but mostly Onslow County. That's where we've seen the majority of the drop so far today. It's been light rain, no heavy downpours, no thunderstorm threat at all, but those of you, again, hoping for maybe a drier day today, we still have a few scattered showers around, and we'll continue to have those through at least the next several hours. I think possibly in the afternoon we may try to trend a little bit drier, but it's going to be difficult to really confidently say we are going to be completely dry until we get a little bit more sunshine in the east, and that will happen later on this week. Mostly, I think, by the time we get to the tail end of tomorrow, but certainly by Friday and Saturday, we're going to be looking at much more sunshine. Current air temperatures right now coming out of the upper 60s and into the low 70s. It's going to again be a cooler than average day thanks to those winds being generated by Imelda over the past 24 hours. Most areas are reporting a bit of a temperature drop, but again, let's highlight those winds currently sustained at around 10 to 15 miles an hour for many inland areas. But once you get closer to the water, particularly the Albemarle Sound, you're looking at 15 up to 25 mile an hour sustained winds. Gusts right now reaching all the way up to the 30s and 40s. We got a 37 mile per hour gust being reported in Elizabeth City, 32 in Englehart, 31 in Manio, 41 in Piney Island, 29 in Beaufort, 30 in Hatteras. So there is certainly a strong wind whipping off the coast that's going to continue to come in out of the northeast for the rest of today. Those winds should start to relax a little bit coming up tomorrow, but you'll really notice those winds calming down as we head into Friday and Saturday. Tomorrow may still be a bit of a windy day because Imelda will still be, again, relatively close to eastern North Carolina, at least in terms of its pressure spread. But coming up again for Friday, looking at sunny conditions, that area of low pressure and that cold front, that's going to be staying well off to our north. Umberto, it's falling apart as we speak, moving northeast at 14 miles an hour. Hurricane center not giving it much chance to last beyond tomorrow. Imelda, though, is expected to move over Bermuda, potentially as a Category 2 hurricane, late tonight into the early hours of tomorrow morning. From there, it continues to race out into the Atlantic. So again, our conditions along our coast will slowly improve over Thursday and Friday. And by Saturday, again, we may see the red flags come down along our coast. We'll see. We'll see. Right now it's looking like at least a possibility. 81 degrees on Sunday after Saturday, spending in the upper 70s. We'll see a little bit more rain try to approach the east coming up next week by Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly even Friday. But for now, just a slim 10% chance of maybe a few drops there Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as we start next week. And of course, wrap up this upcoming weekend. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.